make me sick!
Hey guys, it's Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 one-hit KO Dragon Ball fights.
Huh? Oh, I really crushed him!
No, I'm okay.
For this list, we'll be looking at the best fights in the series that ended with a single blow. Number 10, Kui gets cooked, Dragon Ball Z. It's a general rule of thumb to never get between a Saiyan and his pride, especially Vegeta's. But when Kui began to gloat all about his superior power level, it's clear he thought he was the exception.
So nice to see you, Vegeta. You have no idea how much I've looked forward to this. The day when I would get to wipe that smug little smirk off your face forever.
The only catch is that his math was very, very wrong. To give credit where it's due, once Kui realized he messed up the power scaling equation, he made the wise decision to make a quick getaway.
He should have taken my advice back on planet Frieza. I tried talking some sense into him, but oh well.
Is that so?
It didn't do him much good though, especially since Vegeta ended the debate with just a single gut punch. He even disposed of the body too, just to make cleanup that much easier.
Goodbye.
Number 9, Raditz kicks some tail, Dragon Ball Z. Calling this one a fight is pretty generous to Krillin, since that implies there was any sort of contest at all. In reality, the Baldy's only interactions with Raditz consisted of trying and failing to shoo him away.
Shoo. Shoo.
That just made it all the more embarrassing when, before Krillin could even put up his dukes, he was sent flying headfirst into the side of Kame House.
I think you've been dipping in the eggnog. Allow me to escort you off this island.
Krillin, watch out! Krillin!
But the worst part is that Raditz didn't even have to lift a finger to do it. If he'd used anything more than his tail, Krillin may not have lived to see the rest of the Saiyan saga.
Be careful, Goku. This guy's not normal.
Number 8, World War Cell, Dragon Ball Z. Most of the time, the fate of the planet is left to Goku and the others, and this is the perfect example as to why.
Military force?
Fools! Don't they understand? They're all giving up their lives for no reason!
Cell's threat to humanity convinced the entirety of Earth's military to launch a counterattack, and well, they definitely get points for effort. Unfortunately, the end result leaves a lot to be desired.
Judging by your silence, I'd say it's my turn now.
All the guns, missiles, and men end up doing is kicking up a whole lot of dust around Cell. Then, in bold retaliation, the artificial villain deletes all of his opposition with a single flick of his wrist.
Cell, no!
Hopefully Earth learned its lesson. Next time, just leave it to Goku. Number 7, Yamcha is Yamcha'd, Dragon Ball Z. With new hair, a new attitude, and 3 years of rigorous training behind him, Yamcha emerged from the ashes of his infamous defeat, only to promptly get humiliated yet again. This time, even quicker.
Wait a second, what's the point of telling the others? I haven't found them yet. Huh? You two better be careful. There's a couple of androids on the loose and they mean business.
Sure, Android 20 is cybernetic and all, but it's still got a sting that Yamcha couldn't even put up a fight against an old man. Even worse, he got his energy stolen first, meaning Yamcha's biggest contribution during the Android saga was aiding his enemy.
I found them!
That's gotta cut deep, and not just because of the obvious wound in his chest. Honestly, it's a wonder Yamcha ever showed his face again after this.
The android's reign of terror has just begun, and it looks like Yamcha is their first victim. But is there time to save him?
Number 6, Bye Bye Babidi. Dragon Ball Z. Despite what it looks like, this pink blob only follows his instincts to fill his belly. So when Babidi's incessant rambling got in the way of that, Boo decided to prove who's really throwing the punches in this relationship.
But Boo think it's time, Babidi, go! Bye, bye, bye!
Hey, at least the thrifty sorcerer got a last meal. And if the aftermath is any indication, the knuckle sandwich totally blew his mind. It's hard to say if becoming candy would have been any worse, but it certainly would have been a lot less messy. At the very least, it proved that anyone who values their head should make sure they aren't standing between Boo and his next meal.
But will he continue down the destructive path that Babidi has set for him? And if he does, is there anyone left who can stop him?
Number 5, Gohan versus the B-Team, Dragon Ball Z. It's no hyperbole to say that Cell's second string was actually nothing compared to Super Saiyan 2. In fact, the only thing their combined attacks did was make Gohan even angrier. So without ever losing his chilly stare, he obliterated each and every Cell Jr. with a single strike each.
He just blew all those creatures off with nothing but his energy!
And look at him! He's perfectly calm! It's like he hasn't even warmed up yet!
No ki necessary, and no bodies remaining. Well, unless you count the piles of dust. Given how much even the likes of Trunks and Vegeta struggled against the android offspring, that's really saying something. Clearly, if Cell had really wanted to hurt Gohan's self-esteem, he should have sent the varsity team, not these JV knockoffs.
I said before I could never forgive you!
Number 4, Vegeta defeats Nappa again. Dragon Ball GT.
You're still the brainless idiot who knows only how to destroy. One would think that a man with your experience would know when to call it quits, you bald-headed buffoon!
Saiyans may be the warrior race, but they have a knack for holding grudges. Although in Nappa's case, there's nothing else to do in the afterlife but dwell on your own death. So when the doors to HFIL opened, and he finally faced Vegeta again, he probably thought he'd get some worthwhile recompense. The only issue was that, by GT, the series power scaling had left Nappa in the dust.
I recommend you split town, Nappa, immediately! Unless you want to be killed by me again.
So it's not all that surprising that it only took Vegeta a single stray energy blast to send him back to the other world. If anything, Nappa's second death was even quicker than the first.
You've completely lost control of yourself.
Number 3, Hakai to the face, Dragon Ball Super. They don't call Beerus the god of destruction for nothing. So when Zamasu forgot his place in the divine pecking order, the Destroyer decided to finally fulfill his work quota.
Sorry, Kai, but your luck has run out.
At least he gave the fallen Kai plenty of opportunities to repent. Still, inevitably, Beerus was left with no other option than to bring out the Hakai. As Zamasu will attest, calling this technique a one-hit KO is a pretty gross oversimplification. Either way, it still gets the job done.
Hakai.
By the time Beerus has finished his day's work, there isn't enough of Zamasu left to even go to other worlds. At least you can take solace that no one else in the multiverse would have withstood it either.
You destroyed Zamasu?
Yes, my lord did it with one shot. Now Black won't be created, and the future will be safe from his tyranny.
Number 2, Resurrection Frost, Dragon Ball Super. By the very nature of his race, Frost was on thin ice before he ever stepped foot in the ring. Then, once he revealed his sinister intentions, Vegeta had even more reason to show him what real Saiyan pride looks like.
I won't let this prideless bastard walk off on some technicality! He will leave because I have knocked him out!
You can't say he's not a good sport though. He let Frost get the first move and everything. Not that it mattered much in the end, since Vegeta quickly lived up to his word by blasting Frost to infinity and beyond. The Saiyan Prince hasn't always had the best of luck against Frieza himself, but one-shotting his Universe 6 lookalike is as worthy a substitute as he could have hoped for.
The winner, Contestant Vegeta!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Recoome's Doom, Dragon Ball Z. The beefy brute of the Ginyu Force tore through Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta in record time. So it's a bit ironic that Goku immediately bested Recoome's record with a speedrun of his own.
Hey, who the hell do you think you are? You can't just barge in here.
Try to swallow this, Gohan.
Hey, hello? I'm talking to you.
The brainless villain sure threw a lot of punches, but none of them so much as slowed Goku down or really got close to landing at all. Once the Saiyan finally turned his attention to offense, Recoome didn't even finish uttering his first attack before he had an elbow to the gut. Just like that, the seemingly unbeatable Ginyu Force had been dethroned, and there was a new record holder for quickest win on Namek.
Is that it? Did Dad win?
Yeah, one punch! That's crazy!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.